My name is Maricar N. Gallardo from BIT4AFSM, and I will be reporting about the principles of management. Management, it is an art and science of getting things done through the effort of people. It is the activities that plan, organize, and control the operations of the basic elements of people, materials, machines, methods, money, and markets, providing direction and coordination, and giving leadership to human efforts. It also includes the ability to plan, organize, monitor, and direct individuals. What are managers? It is a person responsible for the planning, organizing, leading, and controlling an organization. They also empowers their employees to certain tasks or duties in the organization. Empowerment, it is the process of enabling or authorizing an individual to think, behave, take action, and control work and decision making in autonomous ways. Managers can authorize and give power to their employees, letting them to decide what is best for the organization based on its goal and objectives. It also involves delegation of authority, sharing of information, and allowing employees to participate in decision-making process. Functions of management. Number one, planning. It is a basic function of management where it gives future course of action and deciding in advance the most appropriate course of actions for achievement of goals. It also the process of choosing appropriate goals and actions to pursue and then determining what strategies to use, what actions to take, and deciding what resources are needed to achieve the goals. Organizing, it is the process of bringing together all the assets of business, either physical assets, financial, and human resources. It's also the process of establishing worker relationships, allows workers to work together to achieve their organizational goals. Staffing, this function of management gives importance to the human capital of the organization. It also includes recruiting and selecting employees for positions within the company. Directing, it is the function of management which actuates the organizational methods to work efficiently for achievements of organizational purposes. These functions also involves articulating a vision, energizing employees, inspiring and motivating people using vision, influence, persuasion, and effective communication skills. Directing has the following elements. Supervision, it is the act of watching and directing work and workers. Motivation means inspiring, stimulating, or encouraging the subordinates with zeal to work. Positive, negative, monetary, non monetary incentives may be used for this purpose. Leaderships. This is the process by which manager guides and influences the work of subordinates in desired direction. Communication it is the process of passing information, experience, opinion from one person to another. It is a bridge of understanding. Controlling this is the function of management that evaluates the performance of the organization. This also evaluates how well you are achieving your goals, improving performance, and taking actions. Role of managers. Managers assume multiple roles in an organization. According to Mintzberg, there are 10 roles common to the work of all managers. The 10 roles are divided into three groups: interpersonal, informational, and decision. Interpersonal category. This covers the relationships that a manager has have to with others. Under this is figurehead. As a manager, you have responsibilities. A manager is expected to be the source of inspiration. People look up to you as a person with authority. Leader, where a manager provides leadership for your team, your department, or perhaps your entire organization, and it's where you manage the performance and responsibilities of everyone in the group. Liaison, this is managers must communicate with internal and external contacts. You need to be able to network effectively on behalf of your organization. Informational category. It is involves collecting, receiving, and disseminating information. Under this is monitor. Managers regularly seek out information related to your organization and industry, looking for relevant changes in the environment. You also monitor your team in terms of both their productivity and their well-being. Disseminator. This is where a manager communicates with the potentially useful information to your colleagues and your team. Spokesperson, managers represent and speak for their organization. You're responsible for transmitting information about your organization and its goal to the people outside. The sessional category can be defined as where managers are responsible for making calculated and timely decisions for the company's welfare. Under this is entrepreneur. As a manager, you create and control change within the organization. This means solving problems, generating new ideas, and implementing them. Disturbance handler. When an organization or team hits an unexpected roadblock, it's the manager who must take charge. Resource allocator. It involves allocating funding as well as assigning staff and other organizational resources. Negotiator. You may be needed to take part in and direct important negotiations within your team's department or organization. There are three types of managerial skills. Number one is technical skills. Managers must have the ability to use the tools, procedures, and techniques of their special areas. Number two, human relations skills. It involves the ability to work with people and understand employee motivation and group processes. Number three, conceptual skills. These skills represents a manager ability to organize and analyze information in order to improve organizational performance. Management levels and the organizational hierarchy. Number one is executive managers. They are at the top of the hierarchy and are responsible for the entire organization, especially its strategic direction. It also holds a wide range of high level responsibilities, which include hiring, budgeting, and facilitating meetings. Middle managers, they below at the middle of the hierarchy, are responsible for major departments and may supervise other low level managers. They also indirectly responsible for junior staff performance and productivities. First line managers, they supervise rank and file employees and carry out day-to-day activities within departments. Six M's of management. Management has different elements to consider to reach the goals and objectives of an organization. Number one is manpower. This refers to the functional labor of people engaged in the delivery of products and services. It is the people in your process. Number two, method refers to the systematic process a business is making to reach organizational goals and objective. It is the process steps you need to produce an output or deliver a service. Machine refers to the physical assets of the business, such as their physical facilities, tools, equipment employed for managing such operations and process. It is the machines and tools that you need to produce an output or deliver a service. Material refers to the raw materials, consumables, and components used to satisfy product and service delivery. Markets refers to the target market, customers or consumers where the product and service is given to. Measurement, this refers to the inspection, quality and quantity checking of products and services. Planning as a function of management. All business firms would like to be successful, increase their sales, and earn profits. All managers dream of this and strive to achieve their goals. Planning is deciding in advance what to do and how to do. Planning involves setting objectives and developing appropriate courses of actions to achieve these objectives. Objectives provide direction for all managerial decisions and actions. Importance of planning. Planning is certainly important as it tells us where to go, it provides direction, and reduces the risk of uncertainty by preparing forecast. The major benefits of planning are planning provides direction. It is by stating in advance how work is to be done. By planning provides direction for action. Planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. It is planning an activity which enables a manager to look ahead and anticipate changes. Planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. Planning serves as the basis of coordinating the activities and efforts of different divisions, departments, and individuals. Planning promotes innovative ideas. It is the most challenging activity for the management as it guides all future actions leading to growth and prosperity of the business. Planning facilitates decision making. Planning helps the manager to look into the future and make a choice from amongst various alternative courses of actions. Planning establishes standards for controlling. Planning involves setting up goals. It is concerned with accomplishing predetermined goals through planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Features of planning. Since planning is the primary function of management, they have set their objectives first. The planning function of the management has certain special features as follows. Planning focuses on achieving objectives. Specific goals are set out in the plans along with the activities to be undertaken to achieve the goals. Planning is a primary function of management. Planning lays down the base for other functions of management. All other managerial functions are performed within the framework of the plans drawn. Planning is pervasive. Planning is required at all levels of management as well as all in the department of the organization, but the scope of planning differs at different levels and among different departments. Planning is continuous. Plans are prepared for a specific period of time, maybe for a month, a quarter, or a year. At the end of that period, there is need for a new plan to be drawn on the basis of new requirements and future conditions. Planning is futuristic. Planning essentially involves looking ahead and preparing for the future. The purpose of planning is to meet future events effectively to the best advantage of an organization. Planning involves decision making. Planning essentially involves choice from among various alternatives and activities. Planning process. Since planning is an activity, there are certain logical steps for every manager to follow. Number one is setting objectives. The first and the foremost step is setting objectives. Objectives may be set for the entire organization and each department or unit. It should be stated clearly. Developing premises. Planning is concerned with the future which is uncertain and every planner is using conjecture about what might happen in future. With this, a manager should make assumptions and develop it aligned to the company's goal and objectives and identifying alternative courses. Once objectives are set, assumptions are made. Then the next steps would be to act upon them. There may be many ways to act and achieve objectives. Evaluating alternative courses, the next step is to weigh the pros and cons of each alternative. Each course will have many variables which have to be weighed against each other. Selecting an alternative, the best plan to be adopted and implemented. The ideal plan would be the most feasible, profitable, and with least negative consequences. Types of plan. Plans can be classified into several types depending on the use and the length of the planning period. Number one, single use plan is developed for a one time event or project such as such a course of action is not likely to be repeated in future. These plans are made for handling non-recurring problems. Single-use plans are also known as specific plans since their objective is to solve a particular problem. Standing plan is used for activities that occur regularly over a period of time. It is designed to ensure that internal operations of an organization runs smoothly. Standing plans are often policies, procedures, and programs developed to ensure the smooth operation of a business. Standing plans are often developed once and often undergo modification as per as the need of the business. Thank you for listening for my report.